Thank you. Up next is Sentinel for the third finalist in Dosky's Toolbox.
Hey guys, my name is Sudarshan and I'm a triple major at Purdue.
My name is Isha and I'm also a triple major in Purdue.
So we have built Sentinel, so let's start about it. So basically, let's start with why we built it. So our use case is actually from our campus at Purdue. There was this one Mexican restaurant that basically had a website built by one of our students. Yeah, not throwing shade on them, but he built it really bad. So basically, you could just go to the URL, and at the end of the URL, you could see something like T140, which basically meant table 140. And if I just went to the URL and typed in table 139, I could order for the next table beside me. So yeah, and they lost a lot of money because of this. So we're basically here to solve that problem. So that's why we built Sentinel. So you can basically say it's an agent security layer on top of your website. So we basically built it with Fetch AI. So we built 5 sub-agents and 1 orchestral agent, which is basically the manager for the 5 sub-agents, which are basically the interns. So yeah, it starts with each one of them are trained specifically on one computer security breach protocol. So for example, SQL injection is one, URL tampering is the second one, and stuff like that. So moving on, this is how our product looks. It's very easy to use because that's the main point. We want anybody, whether you're 16 or 80, you should be able to use it. Take your GitHub URL and put it on there and hit start the scan. And it should bring up to the dashboard, and Ishita can talk a bit more about that.
Okay, so what we're looking at is called the breach. So this over here, we have the whole dashboard where all our 5 agents are right now injecting and going through the whole repository, which we're using GitHub's as our backend, and we're using, as we're going down, do you want to go to the next slide? And it becomes a report. And also right over here, we're using Browserbase. So Browserbase is basically holding our isolated real-life browser, cloud browser. So for example, you have a website that you deployed. I'm pretty sure many of you guys have deployed all your websites today, right? You can put the website link, and it will basically go through the whole, the 5 agents will go through the websites and will tell where the website has flaws, what vulnerabilities it found, and what other issues they had found. Can you go to the next?
So basically, the agents, we have actually talked to a company regarding this. So they're this shady Vietnamese place, 2 miles from here. So they basically do not have a website until 2 years ago, and it was built really bad. And we can see that this is our agent, one agent going through the website. The agent basically is trained well enough that it screen records itself opening a browser tab and takes screenshots at important moments. So this is one example. Previously, we ran it on Ishita's Prime video. That's why, yeah, you could see that. You could see her Prime video on there. And that was screenshots from her Prime video. So we're just going to skip ahead. So we do help fix the problem, and we do open PR. So this is how, whether you're 16 or 80, we can fix your problem. We do open a PR. This is a PR built by our agent. This is the orchestral agent because it's fed info from the 5 sub-agents, and that's how it looks. We did build a lot of features. I guess we ran out of time. We built a VS Code extension. We built a Chrome tab. And we also did build...
We also have agent discovery, and it can discover all your agents and also add security layer to your MCPs and agents, too.
Questions?
I know we said a lot.
So in the beginning, you gave the example of the restaurant, like people ordering for other tables. How does the agent know what is something that has to be fixed?
So like I said, we have 5 sub-agents. I'm happy I can speak a bit slower. We have 5 sub-agents, so each of the agents are basically trained to be white hat hackers at one specific domain. So the first one, like I said, is SQL injections. So it does run 20 iterations for specific injections, and once it's out of iterations, it gives a check complete, but it does mention that it did run out of iterations. Similarly, for the URL tampering, we have iterations where it tampers with the URL. So basically, each agent acts as if it's a white hat hacker. It just opens, each one opens a Google Chrome tab and basically tries to attack it. And if it can attack it, it sends us screenshots like, hey, I have your data. Are you sure you want this to keep going on?
Like we said, we use Browserbase. So Browserbase shows a real time, how to use the website. It's just like think of a human using the website, and it basically has a whole stored in the database.
So defensibility is my biggest concern here. How do you guys think about your moat?
Could you repeat that?
Can
I'm
you
so
repeat
sorry.
that?
I worry about defensibility. There's a lot of people who are kind of building in this space. So how do you think about what's unique here?
So we did do our competitor analysis. Our biggest competitor, I would say, is SemGraph. I work for IBM, and I do the security part of it. So we do see, like this, my manager and I was talking about this last week. He's like, there's a lot of people who do this for big corporate enterprises. And like IBM as a whole, we charge like $3,000 a month for like our product. And like I said, the person who makes Mexican food at Purdue probably can't afford that. So we're trying to make this for the low-end clientele, which, yeah, we think it's a pretty good idea.
A lot of security issues and breakpoints happen when someone's trying to impersonate someone else or social engineering, and that doesn't come from the code base. So how are you thinking about those?
So our agents cannot impersonate anybody. I wish we had a live demo here. So the Vietnamese restaurant, for example, is a good demo, but we also tried it. So I don't want to pay to watch the World Cup, so I like go on shady websites a lot. So there's a lot of clickbait. So there's like 2x's, you don't know which one is the real one, and like you end up clicking the wrong one and it takes you to another shady website. This is a good example because when our agent does, we have a clickbait agent, that's our fifth agent. So it clicks if it clicks the wrong X and it takes it to the shady side, it immediately hits a guardrail and it does not be able to access that site. Like similarly, it does have access to Google, so we did build guardrails. Yeah.
And we also used Redis a lot. So Redis is like caching and storing every person's like data, and every time it's making the caching, it is also giving that that data to the agents, and the agents are able to go and like learn from it and also keep improving. So if they see the vulnerability happening again and again, it'll know when it happened, like, and how to fix that again.
Thank you, Berkeley.
Thank you.